Fifth element, fifth element, fifth element. Getting out the settlement. Hold the line to get connected to a hip-hop specialist. Only a registrant. It only takes a second to see your benefit like a settlement. I'm talking about fifth element. Supreme Kai, the perfectionist. Crash on your vagus nerve. Buffet, I'm about to serve. Fresh out of canapes, I'm on the hors d'oeuvres with a hunger indescribable to put in that squeeze. The host with the most. OT from the D. Creator, others who do the street. DJ 7, young guy expression. So hard in the paint like resin. Ray Sun checking with the scoop for your teacup. How do we know that? I swear you know some higher ups. DJ Slim is the linchpin to the crew. Locked in, turned up like an alley. Together we the squad. Salute our supporters like Captain Picard. Congratulations in advance. Confetti. Came clean, we fresh out and red. Fifth element.
Yo. What up, dog? It's your boy OTZ from the D. Y'all know what time it is, man. Another installment of the Fifth Element Hip Hop. Y'all know what's up, man. And today we got some special guests for y'all, man. It's gonna be crazy, man. I'm like, it's a little different than our normal show, but always entertaining as usual. Right. You know, we always keep it hip hop, but we represent peace, love, unity, and having fun. And y'all know what time it is. I got my guy in the building, Raymond.
What it do?
AKA
What it
Ray
do?
Son. What up, though?
Another week, no smut on our names.
No, sir.
Man, we rolling. Let's get to it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And right next to him is the lovely Supreme Kai Senpai.
Yeah, Drip Dry Kai. Follow this drip.
Y'all know what it is. She got the dripped out polo bear on her shirt today.
Yeah,
you know what's
yeah,
up.
They don't know about
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
They never heard of that. They don't know what that is.
Y'all know what's up with that.
Keep it a secret. It's just
You know what I'm
between
saying?
us.
And in the back, we got the incredible, your DJ's favorite DJ Slim back there. You know
My
what I mean?
favorite DJ.
Y'all know what's happening. Yo, Slim, what up, though?
Peace to the God.
Peace, y'all. What's good?
You know what I'm saying? And right next to him, we got the world famous Hollywood Bug.
What up, neighborhood?
AKA.
AKA.
See, I didn't do the AKAs this week on purpose. I wanted to see if you was gonna do them. If I didn't do them first, I just wanted to see what was gonna happen.
Hey,
That
we
was
gonna
an
have to do your
experiment.
AKAs later, Bug. You know what I mean? Just hold on them. And right now, you know, DJ Seb can't be with us right now, you know what I mean? Because he's doing his thing.
Bigger, better things.
You
He
know what I
got
mean?
things
Yeah,
going
Man,
on.
DJ
He got
Seb
things
is
to
over
do.
at he's spinning at the roller skating ring, man.
Skate
You know what
Rock
I'm saying?
City.
Got him a job.
That's
you know what
what's
I'm
up.
saying? 2 days a week until 3 days a week when school is out, man. He's spinning at the roller ring. What's it called? What's it again, Ray?
Skate Rock City. It's Floyd Mayweather's.
Yeah,
skating
he's-
ring.
yeah, he's spinning
so
that
congratulations
Floyd
to the young guy.
Yes,
Whoa,
sir.
that's
Smooth
major.
K out here
That's
going
what's
up.
up.
You know what I'm saying?
Major things happening.
Okay. Well, you know what we gonna do now? We gonna go ahead and introduce one of our first guests. You know what I mean? This man I've been knowing for 30 years.
Man,
You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's always dope when you see talent come out the camp. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, this has been like a brother to me, man. We've been in some situations together, and he made sure I was all right.
Allahu Akbar.
Straight up.
That's
You know
what's
what I mean? And you know what? We gonna talk to his story and what he got going on. You know what I mean? Let me go ahead and introduce my man Greg Miles up in here. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir. What's up, family?
What up,
How y'all
though?
doing,
What
man?
up, though?
Man, that's
You
what's
know what
up.
I'm saying?
Man, peace and blessings, man.
Thank you
What's
for
up,
being here today.
Right.
Man, thank you
Sitting
for
with us
having
and
me.
talking
Before we
with
get
us.
in,
for having me.
before we get into your story, man, let's go ahead and see what Ray Son got going on for us.
All right. First thing we're gonna say is we're gonna recognize this Las Vegas Aviators brim I got on.
Okay, is that what that
Yes,
was?
sir.
I like that
Dead,
colorway.
dead. So
Okay.
the Las Vegas Aviators, formerly the Las Vegas 51, whatever it was, 51s, and
Area 51s.
the
Yeah.
Las Vegas 51 and the Las Vegas Stars.
Ah,
So that's our minor
Old
league
school.
baseball team.
Yep.
okay.
So
Supporting
tat out.
Vegas. That's what's up.
Right. So every week, y'all know we start off with that hip hop quotable from the source.
Yes,
We're
sir.
gonna switch it up a little bit with that Fifth Element quotable, Fifth Element hip hop quotable,
Fifth Element hip hop quotable.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yo,
and we go on with the landlord, deeper than rap.
deeper than rap. Come
So
on,
that's how he
man.
started out. Hey, look, it's deeper than a rap. We're gonna leave it at that. I don't know no other language. I'm just speaking in
And
facts.
facts. Yep.
And I got too much cheese for me to speak on a rat. I believe in my son too much for me to be in a trap. Look, my body tell my story if you read my tats. The only thing that keeps me sane, I got a reason to rap. I gave away my whole heart, just want a piece of it back. I'm to the point I prefer peace over racks. God probably think I'm selfish. I need this and I need that. Landlord deeper than rap, y'all.
Landlord, man. Let's go
Right.
up for the landlord,
Yo.
man. My
Shout out to the
guy.
Lord.
Hey,
Man.
I wanted to hear
landlord,
that dim the lights. You already know that's my
Right.
shit.
It was a couple ones to choose from.
Yeah.
But that was
You
it.
know,
So many.
I'm on Block Friends, man. I'm like, come
I
on,
know that's
man.
your,
Right.
I know that's your joint.
And
I know
Block
that's
Friends
your
would have been
joint.
fitting today since we got our Block Friends in the
It
room.
would have been
That's
fitting.
right.
It would have been fitting for real.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? But it's all good. Deeper Than Rap is very, 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 very
It's bars.
doped up, man. It's like one of them
regardless.
joints is crazy,
You can
man.
put on any Landlord album and not be disappointed.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
And I'm like, man, I was listening to Fake Love 3, man, and that shit, sheesh.
Right. Right.
Like,
Far
man.
from perfect is
Stolen Identity on that Fake Love.
Stolen
thing.
Yeah.
Identity. No, the first joint, the Heartbeat Melodies. Woo.
Nah, man.
Man,
That-
that shit is
Nah,
crazy.
off the Fake Love 3, that Paranormal Activity
Paranormal Activity. Yeah, that
and
one
the
is
Happy
crazy.
Accident. Like that's my favorite Landlord song. Period. Is that Happy
Dope
Accident?
names. Them names are fire. Like
Yeah,
they
you
paint a
got-
picture, man.
you-
Man, if you haven't checked out Landlord's music, man, I'm like,
You-
dude.
I think I've
really
heard Block Friends. So
should.
Ray played
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think I heard that. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Banging it.
That shit goes. Shout
Joint
out
go crazy.
Landlord.
Shout out Landlord.
Holla at your people.
All right, so this week in Vegas hip hop, we had that throwback sizzling jam that went down
Yep, we
April
did.
16th
That
at
was
Craig Ranch
crazy.
Park.
Yes, sir,
Right.
man.
Had the
Bones-
Lolos on the stage. That was crazy.
Bone Thugs and Harmony was there.
Yup.
DJ Quick, Sugar Free and Second to None, Michelle A and Yo Yo, Chill from Compton Most Wanted, C Knight from the Dove Shack, Tylo Tiny App runs with Big U,
Yep.
and Corrupt. And on top of all that, Young Tay Bands opened it up. You know
Yes,
what I'm
sure
saying?
did.
Yes, sir.
That's
His
what we
energy
went
was
for.
right.
Tay.
That's what we went
did
for,
right.
man.
He did
Tay Bands,
good.
he went up for the city, man.
He did us
Right.
proud.
That's
Right.
what's up, man. I'm like, yo, it was just a dope event, man.
The
Right.
concert was
You know what I
lit.
mean?
Right.
We was out there, you know what I mean?
Fandangled our way up on stage.
You know how we do, you know what I'm saying?
Looking like we supposed to be there.
Right.
You were,
You were. They knew y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
right.
I was like, man, yeah, I had to dip out of them, you know what I mean?
I wasn't there, but I was there in spirit.
It was fresh to death, you know what I mean? My man Greg was able to join us and
Absolutely.
hang out with us
Hey.
that night, man. That was dope.
I was
It real
live.
dope.
DJ Quick went up. It was
Yeah.
Oh.
Definitely.
Michelle A went
Shout
up.
out to
Man.
DJ Quick.
Woo,
Yeah.
Michelle A.
Michelle A, boy, sound just like she did when she made the record.
Man.
Hey, and it was packed out and no violence erupted
None.
that
Right.
night. You know what I'm
None.
saying?
And it was like Bloods and Crips and everything.
Right.
And it was just dope. I'm like, second to none, though. I've been
Right.
wanting to see Second to None since I was a kid.
Right.
And they ain't
That was your
disappointed.
first time
Nah,
seeing
they
That
it?
was my
live.
first time seeing Second
Wow,
to None.
that's
Never
dope.
seen Second to None.
That's dope.
And I'm like, when I moved out to Vegas, that was the album I was bumping.
Right,
It was
right.
that
AMG,
album.
Second to
The
None.
AMG, Second
Right,
to
that's
None.
what I
That
thought,
was the
yeah.
album I was bumping, man. So when they did More Than a Player, More Like a Pimp, I was like, yo, man, went crazy.
All right, and the cookout tomorrow night at Gas Station Studios.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't know
Let's
what that
go.
is.
Yeah, cookout.
Talk about
Yep,
it.
I think it's 5 to 10. 5 to 7 is networking hours, and
Yes,
then
sir.
7 to 10 is that
Those
crazy.
battles.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to be there because I'm gonna be.
I
I'ma be
missed
out
the
of
last
town.
one,
You know what
and
I'm
I was
saying?
tight,
Right.
but I'm not gonna miss this one. There's
Yeah.
no way in the world.
I'm gonna be out of town, but you know the fifth is gonna be in the building and they
Yep.
gonna hold it down.
If one of
straight
us
up,
is there,
you
we
know?
all there.
Straight up,
Exactly.
straight up. So yeah, I'm
That-
like, it's gonna be a dope event. If y'all ain't see the highlights of the last one, man, trust me, y'all gonna enjoy everything that goes on. And I'm like, if some of the killers that was there last time show up this time,
Right.
it's not
Hey,
gonna
what
disappoint.
my man say, the streets need a body.
The
Streets
streets
need a body.
need a body.
He should have won it last time. Hey, and then last but not least,
Mm-hmm.
our partner Dantana, Larry, he got some mixtapes out, and one of them
Okay.
is Dantana Presents Classic Hip Hop Mixtape. It's mixed by the core DJ Webby D. It's the volume 2, so y'all check that out. When
Yes,
y'all
sir.
want to get away
Word.
from some Vegas music, which we don't, but when y'all want to hear something else, go check out Dantana's mixtape, man.
Shout out Dantana, man. Been
Right.
putting it down in the city for years, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Shout out to
Straight
homie.
up, straight up.
And one last thing I want to talk about in this news is I want to say rest in power to the drama king DJ K. Slay.
Man.
a whole
MVP.
legend.
That hit us in the heart, man.
Right.
Straight up, hip hop, baby.
He passed
Yeah.
away on Easter, April 17th. He was 55 years old.
Man.
K. Slay's real name is Keith Grayson, and he was born August 14th, 1966.
And he was hip hop. He
Absolutely.
wasn't just a
Definitely
DJ.
hip-hop.
He's graph artist. He was, you know what I mean? He was hip hop.
Right.
The elements.
You know what I mean? The dude was hip hop, man. I'm like, yo,
Yeah,
so
all the elements.
respect that man, man. That man, you know, he gave it up for the culture all the time and
Right.
always was putting on.
So check it out. His debut album was called The Street Sweeper Volume 1, came out in May 2003 with the lead single called Too Much For Me with a young A. Marie singing the chorus and verses from Nas,
Wow, I didn't
Birdman,
know
and
that.
Foxy Brown.
Yes, sir.
Yep. The Too Much For Me video did not feature Nas or Baby because of other obligations they had going on. So Loon from Bad Boy filled in, and that started a feud between Nas and K. Slay. He wasn't feeling the fit in. His next albums were The Street Sweeper Volume 2, More Than the DJ, The Big Brother, Hip Hop Frontline, and The Soul Controller. And in 2021, he released a song called Rolling 110 Deep, with artists contributing verses from Ice-T to Shaq,
So
Coke
many.
Rock,
It wasn't
was
even.
live,
It
too.
had actors.
Right.
It had,
He did, like,
everybody
2
was on
parts,
that
though.
joint.
Yeah,
He did
Omar
like,
Epps was
he
in
did
it, Roy
like 2
Jones
parts
Jr.
of that
was
one.
lit.
It was so many. It was
Right.
crazy. It was
Right.
dope, though.
Rest in
Black
peace to the
Thought.
God, K. Slay. man.
Absolutely.
Exactly. All right,
May
let's
Allah
jump
be
into this
pleased with him,
interview. We
man.
on.
Let's
this.
go.
Yes, sir.
We
Yes,
were
sir.
waiting for this one.
May Allah be
Yes,
pleased
sir,
with him.
man. I'm like, yo. So as I introduced him earlier, man, I'm like, I got the pleasure of sitting up here with my brother Greg Miles up here, and he got a book he wants to talk to. You know what I mean? Let's talk to that book, man. See what's going on with that.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, well my book is titled "Beg for Mercy." And
Beg for Mercy.
Yeah, I released it. Man, it's been 10 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's about a bipolar Vietnam vet who becomes a serial killer in Las Vegas.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
quite
it's
a
fiction.
premise.
Oh yeah, man, it's fiction, and like I've sold like over 10,000 copies up to this point. And
Nice.
Yeah. So we move.
Yeah, we could show it on the air. Let me do the Vanna White real
There
quick.
you go.
You know what I
There you
mean? The
go.
Vanna White, you know what I'm saying?
Beg for mercy.
Straight up, beg for mercy,
absolutely.
baby.
Yeah, man. And I got the premise of
Live.
it. I was looking for a story, and I was having an interaction with a homeless guy for about a 2-week period, and
Right.
and I would give him money, and then one day I was having a bad day at work, and I started judging him, and I was in my car, and I was like, man, this dude needs to get a job, you know. And then right after that, my thought was, you don't never judge a man till you walk in his shoes. So
That's right.
I started like, man, I was like, what's his story, you know? And I was looking for a story to write at the time. I said, man, what if that dude's a vet, and he went through some things when he was 17, 18, and never bounced back from them. And that's where the electricity came for the story Beg for Mercy. But then I turned him into a serial killer. But yep, absolutely.
Nice. And I noticed the book. Under the book, it doesn't, say your government name. It's under your book
Oh,
name.
right. Yeah, man.
Your book name.
Yeah, man. That's Miles Felony. That's my
Miles
pseudonym.
Felony.
That's what I write
Okay.
under.
Your
Yeah,
pen
man.
name.
Got you.
Yeah, yeah, man. Miles Felony is like my it's like my Superman and
Clark Kent.
Clark
Right,
Kent.
right.
Yeah, it's like when I originally came up with the idea of writing. I've always been a writer. I've always liked writing. I like creative writing, and I've always been good at it.
Right.
But when I came up with the concept and I started writing the story, I was about 7 chapters in, and that's when I first started telling people I'm going to write a book.
Right.
I was like 7 chapters in, and what came back to me was kind of like doubt. It was like fear in my vision, because I would get, and it was from the closest people to me. It was like, man, you ever thought about taking a college course, or you ever thought about this? And I'm like, no, I'm writing the book. I'm 7 chapters in, right? So, so I realized that, sometimes people put you in a box and they only have a vision of you. So I said, okay, y'all know Greg, but I'm gonna change my this is a pseudonym. I can be limitless with this pseudonym.
Right.
And so that's where Miles Felony came from. And Miles is my middle name is Miles. My dad named me after Miles Davis, the greatest, one of the greatest artists to ever walk the planet. And Felony is because I'm a felon. Well, it's two reasons. It's because the art reason is I want my art to grab you in a felonious manner against your will, so you can't put the book down. And I wrote it in that intention, and that's what happens usually. People be like, man, like, nigga, you didn't write this book, excuse me. But that's what comes back.
No, you good.
And then but felony is because one, I'm a felon. 2, my goal, one of my purposes is to inspire and activate youth and people that have fallen down, to show them that you can come back from anything, right?
Right.
So that's where felony came from. And 2 was when God has blessed me with a lot of talent, and I wanted to make sure that I couldn't get bougie and forget my purpose.
That's right.
Because the why is the most important thing. So I attached the felony to a book that's about a Caucasian in the 70s, 60s. This book has titles from the Eagles and the Rolling Stones, because I'm an eclectic person. I like old music,
Me too.
So the chapters are titles from the 60s. It paints the story of each chapter. But I put felony on it because, like, I've had book signings in front of, 60 people, Caucasians, and I have to say, they're like, why felony? Like, they've read my book. Bro, one, I don't know how you wrote this book. 2, why felony? And then when I say that, it's like, wow, you know what I'm saying? It makes them it makes them have a conversation. It makes me have a conversation and be comfortable saying that.
Nice.
You know, so that's why Miles Felony.
Nice.
Was it
That's
hard writing a book and making your character a different race and you being in the Nation of Islam? Just, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of a Black Power movement. You know what I'm saying? I would say Black Power movement.
No, not at all. Cause I'm from Vegas. First of all, I've been here since 1980.
Hey,
you know?
look, Vegas, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm from New York, but you know, so my internal mechanisms are my parents. So I'm from New York, but I'm from Vegas. I grew up riding skateboards, building ramps, half pipes, Paul Peralta. You know, We grew up riding rafts down the street because it would flood in Las Vegas and snakes would come. I'm from Las Vegas. It was wide open spaces in the 80s in Vegas. It was dirt bikes and I'm from Vegas when it was 5 cities. You know what I'm saying? So of course, all my white friends was right. I grew up listening in the 80s and MTV. You know, so hell no. And number one, it was easy. You know, because I'm an IBW electrician. Right. A lot of my friends are white. I don't. The teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad are for all human beings, and we don't judge people by race and color. We had to attack that because that's what was used against us. You know, we were robbed of our name, language, religion, culture, God, and our norms, right, and turned other than ourselves. Right, so the messenger had to come to reteach us who we are and show us what happened. But we didn't bring color into the equation. That wasn't our thing, you know. So I don't do that. Yeah, if you see me, you see my friends, bro. I scuba. Already know. You know me, right? Know me. I scuba dive. They get in my car, but don't put that. Nigga, I'm listening to the Eagles. You know, get out of my car. You know, I'm listening to the Rolling Stones. I'm listening to classical. I'm eclectic, bro. So did I answer the question? So no, it wasn't hard. It wasn't hard at all. The dopest part is that people be like, Greg. People that know me, you know. But people like, bro, how did you write this book? Like my chiropractor, he said he read it over Thanksgiving. And his wife was like, Greg, he didn't put the book down. He didn't even eat with us. He just read your book. I came in, he said, young man, he brought me behind the thing. He hung up my trailer on his wall, like a picture. And he said, bro, I don't understand how you wrote this book. You know what I'm saying? He said, this book was the 60s. I know that. He said, how did you write this? I said, I'm an old soul, bro. And so like, I've had those type of conversations with multiple people. So yeah, it wasn't hard.
Nice. So I want to ask you this because you know this is a hip hop show. So I want to ask, how did I know you, so you know, but I want to know, can you speak to how did hip hop influence you even to going into this direction?
Ooh, great question. Direction of what? Writing
or writing, and you know, just
thank you for asking that.
Your thoughts,
because hip hop is everything. I'm hip hop. I already know I'm a hip hop head.
Right.
So, but I wanted to. I'm glad you asked that question because, man, hip hop is everything. Like my story. Let's go deeper than my story.
Right.
I want to talk about like Rakim, like the core of hip hop.
Right.
Wu-Tang Clan, the core of hip hop. Do you guys know why it was so electric and why it was so successful?
Tell us.
What is it? What do you guys think? Why is Rakim great?
Because it's that magnetic.
What is the magnetic, Slim?
It's that magnetic.
It's the teaching.
It's the teaching.
It's the information. Public Enemy. One of the most electric bands of all time.
Right.
They were Nation of Islam. I want to make a couple points here because the teachings of Elijah Muhammad were brought to rehabilitate black people. I was going to say that.
Right.
So they no matter in what form you get them, they do their job. There'll be no hip hop without the teachings of Elijah Muhammad. Let's bet on that. There'll be no Rakim Allah, no Jay-Z, no 5% teaching, right? No Wu-Tang Clan, right? You know, you guys know that, right?
Yeah,
so that's hip hop. I'm hip hop. Hip hop is from the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Period and point blank. Nas is hip hop. You know, that's all the teachings.
Right, Big
that's
Daddy
all,
Kane.
Well, you know, that's all they were teaching us.
Just
recently, it got
King Asiatic, nobody's equal. You know what I mean?
Just recently, the message was changed. You know, to hijack people and change them. But that's the teaching. So I'm hip hop. The teachings of that's what hip hop is. So I'm
hey, that's what I wanted you to talk to. Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Right.
What's your biggest music flex? Like I know you eclectic, like. And that you be into like a little bit of everything. Like flex on us real quick. Like what's like some of the things that
I'm a karaoke person. I like 80s music. I like Taylor Swift. I like music.
Right.
Period.
Yeah, I'll sing Avril Lavigne. You know, I got a daughter. You know, I got nieces.
Right. So I be riding with
everything.
Greg, and he be bumping that Young Dolph.
Oh, that's like my music right now. I can't turn off Dolph because his music wasn't stupid.
Right.
It was Nipsey had a message. Dolph was a businessman. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rick.
No, you're good. You're good. I want to talk about how I saved your life. early '93.
Ooh, man. See, Ray? Yeah, man. See,
We got
Look,
trade
I gotta
more
get to some of the
stories.
real
Some
stuff.
more
Memory.
stories.
I
All
got a
right.
memory, right? We in high school, right?
Here we
We in
go.
high
Y'all
school,
about to
right?
start
We
some
at Clark.
I know.
Whatever.
Put my hood on.
Right.
Yeah, we
So
turned in the
me and my
grave.
brother, you know, we always rapping. They knew since we was
Man,
kids. we
Kenny
was
and
rapping.
Kev, man.
Right. We
Allah
always
Akbar.
rapping.
I love y'all. I'm proud of y'all. I love y'all.
Thank you,
I'm
bro.
proud of y'all.
Thank you,
Ray,
bro.
you made me cry. I can start talking. Come on. Go
So
ahead.
like,
love, bro.
I walk in the lunchroom one day. It's like Greg, 50, Bush, Ricky,
Fit Up.
yeah, the whole
Right.
Fit Up.
Fit
clique.
Up.
Right, we in there, right?
Yeah.
So I walk in the lunchroom one day, and all I hear is, "Hey, you get off my cloud! You don't know me, and you don't know my style." And it's all of them going up, and Greg's in there just going up off of Method Man.
Yeah,
Right.
And
man.
it was I hadn't heard it yet.
That's us,
That was
man.
my first time ever hearing it. I was like, yeah, I was like, what the fuck is y'all talking
Yeah,
about?
man.
Man, hey,
That's from James.
Y'all
Bobby
put
and
me on.
James brought
Yeah.
Wu-Tang Clan to Fit Up.
Hey,
Fat
we
Joe.
already-
Bobby, Fat Joe. I mean, Bobito. Rest in peace to
Bobito.
Bobby, Marcus, Fit Up. I love my brothers,
Right.
man. Don't
Yeah.
get me started. Bobby had us listen to Wu-Tang in like '93. I mean, he
Right.
brought tapes, bro.
Yeah.
So it was we hip hop.
Yes,
all
they
day.
definitely
Yeah.
brought it to the crew because
Yeah, man.
I hadn't heard Wu-Tang. And then I'm like, I heard them going up in the lunchroom after that. I was like, man, what the hell's y'all
Yeah,
fucking
man.
with?
Yeah.
It was so hype
That's
that I
us.
was like,
Yeah.
man, I gotta figure out what y'all singing.
That beat,
You know what I'm
forget
saying?
about it. Like, I still remember the first time I heard Method Man.
It was
Oh,
crazy
man,
because I
come
didn't
on.
hear the beat. They was just rapping it. They all knew the words.
Going.
So they was
It
going
wasn't
up.
even a song playing. It was just them rapping
it was
the
just
words.
them just rapping the words. So the
We
energy
hip-hop.
was
We
crazy.
hip-hop, man. We
So I was
Wow.
like, yo,
Yeah.
I went over. I was like, yo, I gotta know what the fuck is y'all talking about. This is crazy. So then that's how I got put on, man. I ain't even gonna
Right.
front. That was
Allahu
my
Akbar.
That was my
That's dope.
introduction to
That's
the Woo.
crazy,
Was them
man.
going
That's
up in the lunchroom.
right.
Bobito.
Yeah.
Bobito the coolest. Bobito
Yeah.
gave us style and flavor. He
Right.
was
Yeah,
younger
man.
than us. Man, come on. Go
Young
ahead.
Bobby
Bobito.
Naval. Check it out real quick. Talk to us about the books you bought in the final call.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
yes,
well
sir,
I
yes,
didn't
sir.
know what y'all was gonna ask me, so I brought Message to the Black Man. Everybody knows this book. Everybody's seen
Yes,
this
sir.
book.
Yes,
I
sir.
can't get. We have a supreme wisdom lesson that says what's the duty of the civilized man is to teach the uncivilized civilization. I'm not saying I'm civilized because I act like a savage sometimes, but I wanted to say read this book. This is a book Nipsey talked about. It's from the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. This book called The Fall of America is really important right now because this was written in the early 70s. But he said things about Russia and China, and he says particular things about what's going to happen. Everything the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said is happening, and it's almost shocking. He brought revelation to the planet, so I can't get on any platform and not say that. And then I brought the final call for one of y'all to read.
Final call, baby.
If you
You
see
know
my
me.
brothers, if you see
take
us
that.
on the corner, man, support us. It's an independent black newspaper, and I always wanted to say this. Black people don't know this, but Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad told Minister Farrakhan, you have to have enough land and food to feed all of your people. And he said, who is that? Righteous, civilized people. So no matter what you think about us, we have been building and having farmland and doing for self since the early 1940s.
That's
right.
A man with a 4th grade education built banks and farms and off of prostitutes and the wretched of the earth because bougie Negroes wanted to be with Martin. So support these brothers because we got land for you. As this world is falling, somebody has been working on something. It ain't just been talk. There's land and stuff that it's so beautiful and you don't even know that. So I just want to say that support the final call
Okay.
Hey,
right now.
You know I do.
One last question.
1402 D Street. Go support Muhammad Mosque number 75. I love you, Minister Duke, Brother Captain. I want to say that too. Go ahead.
One last question on the final call. When they approach us, right? What's adequate dollar number?
A donation.
Okay, well, it's a donation. It's okay.
Because like if I give $1, they'd be like, nah,
Well,
that
no, okay.
dollar ain't gonna do it.
No, well, listen. The teachings are to be given away.
Okay. Right.
The people that run the final call have been mad at Minister Farrakhan because since the 80s, all of his stuff is on YouTube. So the Ishmael and them like, Minister, we can get so much millions of dollars if we had to charge people. Because right now, it's been another shock of people wanting to learn about self with information, right?
Right.
And he like, my teachings are to be given away. We came to resurrect people.
Right,
Yo,
you
how
can't-
dare you niggas attach a dollar to? That's what's wrong with you. You always attach a dollar sign. So that's the wrong spirit. We're supposed to give it away.
Okay.
Yeah, we give it away. Ask me, I give y'all papers. But
Absolutely.
support yourself, support your family, support we got farmland. So as this world's falling and stuff is happening, you gonna have to
Support who supports you.
Yeah, you don't know this, but you're gonna have to come to the nation.
Right.
You don't understand what's about to happen. With love and humility, I say that. Has any Muslims been on here or striving Muslims been on here?
Definitely,
Okay.
definitely.
Ramadan Kareem, Ramadan Mubarak, A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Regime. I seek refuge in Allah against the curse of the devil. Go ahead.
Nah, I'm good.
Hey, look, Greg came up
Allah
here,
Akbar.
start busting down on us right now. You know what I'm
Already.
saying?
Fit Up. Hey man, I love Fit Up. I love my brothers. I love Ray.
Yes, sir.
Ray manifested this. He said, "Be and it is." That's Holy Quran, Surah 1, Ayat 17. He was in the hospital, and his brother manifested this with y'all. I love y'all. You guys are dope. Keep going. We about to go crazy.
Oh, you already know
And
it's
James and Gangsta, I love my brothers. They coming up next. I've been in life and death situations with these people. I love them. Ray has saved my life. I seen Ray shoot a skinhead.
Hey,
I remember James. I remember James. I lived on the strip. I got hella stories. You know, I remember us having to do security for Floyd Mayweather when some stuff went down and he needed some real people. There's a lot of stories we got.
Right.
We from the block. Fit Up.
You know what I'm saying? I remember Greg saving my life in the parking lot of 30-something.
Allah
pulling me down. You know what I mean?
It was a shootout.
Going on.
That's how we went down. Man, I love my brothers.
Rest in
man.
peace, Mark Daddy DeWitt.
Mark Daddy DeWitt, I love you, Marcus. He told me, I remember I got in a fight at G, Nevada. And after I got in the fight, he said, "Yeah, nigga, you got a little heart." I miss Marcus. I miss my brother, man.
Yeah. That's what's up, man.
Appreciate you
hey,
stopping
man,
by.
You know what?
Man.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, y'all give it up for my guy, man.
Interesting.
Greg
Very
Miles, man.
interesting.
I'm like, yo,
y'all keep going.
Go support that book, though.
Yeah,
that Beg for Mercy, man. Go
Allah
get that.
Akbar. Yeah,
go
we
get
roll.
that.
He
That mug
rising.
is going up, man.
Absolutely.
And if y'all see the brothers on the corner, you know what I mean, support the final call. You know what I mean? Shout out to Brother West, man. I always see him. That's my brother right there,
Wesley,
man.
Minister Duke,
Minister
1402
Duke,
East
Brother
Street,
Gerald,
Sunday at 11.
Brother
man.
Gerald, Minister Duke,
Man,
all y'all, man.
come on.
Them my brothers, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate
Straight up.
y'all, man.
Been knowing them forever.
Allahu Akbar.
Already.
Yeah.
Yo. So Ray, son, what else you got for us, baby?
All right, it's been a wild week for hip hop and dealing with law enforcement.
Yeah.
ASAP Rocky was detained at LAX earlier this week in connection to a shooting from November 2021. Rocky was taken to LAPD headquarters for questioning, but he lawyered up immediately. So the scoop is ASAP Rocky has been under investigation by the Los Angeles Police Department over a shooting that took place in the Hollywood area last November. The alleged victim told police Rocky shot him 3 to 4 times. The day after the shooting, ASAP Rocky performed at Complex Con 2021 in Long Beach with Rihanna, watching from the front row.
If he did that, boy, he gangsta as hell.
I was about
You out
to
here
say.
bucking dudes and then jumping up on stage.
Right.
I don't know. That story sounds
That's
a
that
little.
good
I don't
money.
know. I don't know, man.
Right.
That don't sound right, man. And I'm like, ASAP, man.
It sound all the way right. What you talking about?
He needs to say he needs to stay out of airports, man, because he's always having some trouble with being detained in airports.
You remember Trump got him
Gave him that pardon.
got him whatever. No, not pardon.
No. That was
That was
got him.
Kodak. That was Kodak. He gave pardon to.
Kodak
Yeah.
and Lil Wayne.
Yeah, Wayne.
But he got ASAP Rocky out of trouble
Oh
overseas
yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah. Can't be
But,
mad at that. You know what I'm saying?
That's that part of that, man.
You know what I
Stepping
mean?
to the mic.
Yo, we got my man right now, man. I'm gonna introduce him real fast, man. This is another man I've
Slide
been
over to.
knowing for over 30 years, man.
closer.
And yo, good
Long
friend of
time.
mine,
You
man.
good?
Very, very
Yes.
good friend of mine, man. I'm like,
Sure,
yo,
been through.
whenever I reach out to him, man, if I need anything, man, he always come through. And you know what I mean? I'm like, you don't want no smoke with him because he'll whip your ass.
I'm about peace, not about.
I know
Peace and love, peace and
he
love.
about peace, but
Peace and love.
if you hostile, he'll make the peace. You feel me?
Just trying to defend myself. That's it.
But you know what I mean? Let's give it up for my guy, man, my brother, man,
Appreciate it.
James
Thank you.
NIVAL, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys for having
James,
me.
what up,
Shoot,
though?
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Right.
It's a
I'm like,
blessing.
man.
Honor to be here.
James, man,
No
what's
doubt.
up with you,
God.
man? I'm like, yo,
Welcome.
a lot been going on. We be seeing you all the time, man. I
Yes.
want to speak. I want you to speak to your story, man. Tell these people what you into and how'd you get there.
Oh, well, currently right now I'm doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I run a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym in Las Vegas.
Yes, sir.
Its name is Atos Las Vegas. Been doing Jiu-Jitsu going on about 16 years now. You know, in Las Vegas and other places. I had the gym for about 6 years now. So 16 years total I've been training. I got into it in about 2006 when I came back to Las Vegas.
Right.
So
Right. And you originally from
New Jersey.
New Jersey?
What's
Jersey,
up,
New
what
York
part?
area. I'm from all over Jersey. You know, I've been Atlantic City, Newark, Irvington,
You
EO,
been to College Projects?
Asbury.
Boy, bye.
See, what they don't know in like in
Tiny.
Jersey, right? See, Jersey is not like the state of Jersey is like a city. So
Right.
Jersey is, you know, when you speak of Jersey, like how people speak of a city,
Right.
well, you speaking about the state. So like, you know, everything in Jersey from, you know, if Jersey is like a place where it has is nostalgia from the shore.
It
Asbury
does.
Park. You got Wildwood, Ocean City.
Right.
You got Seaside Heights. Y'all all
Yep.
know that from from
Seaside Heights.
Jersey Shore.
Man.
Jersey Shore. Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
Jersey Shore is big. That's like
Belmar.
Belmar. You can't miss Belmar was our Freaknik.
Belmar,
So Belmar's
like
over,
I
but-
went to my first concert
Yeah.
at Belmar Beach.
Belmar in Jersey was like the first Freaknik. That's where I went to see like
It
that
wasn't a
first
Freaknik.
congregation. It wasn't a Freaknik, but if you know from back in the 90s where everybody went to a certain town and met up and y'all was from all over, people who went to Belmar came from like Connecticut, New Hampshire,
Everywhere.
Massachusetts, from the South to come up. So yeah, Jersey's, I always will have a place in my heart for Jersey.
When did you get to Vegas?
I got to Vegas originally in 1991.
Okay.
Came to Vegas in 91, went back east in 95, then came back in 2006. It was a tragedy in my family that kind of brought me back. My mother was staying here, so she had been here. My father was still in Jersey. And between my father and my mother's family, most of my family is between New York, Jersey, and Florida.
That's dope, man. That's real dope. I'm like, man, we spoke to his name earlier, man, but I'm like, your brother was a big influence on all of us, man.
sure.
I'm like, yo, Bobby was like, that was the man.
Yeah.
I'm like, we even, we got songs with him and all kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it brought back that nostalgia when you got to hear. It's a funny story because when we talking about that is that the song you sent me, that's like the first time I heard his voice in like, man, since maybe 2003.
Jeez.
Like to hear the voice again, as
Right,
you know,
right.
had to even play it for my mother. So it's like, to hear that voice again.
And it's crazy hearing his voice on there, man. You be like, I can picture him,
Yeah.
like his face.
Yeah.
As soon as I'm like, man, I remember the studio night. Hey, remember we was in
I
there?
remember everything. I tell
Yeah.
him all the time.
Right.
I remember every little story, every little situation, everything. Especially when it comes to my brother, everything that has to do with that is always important to me.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Bobby
man.
and James
For sure.
are definitely hip hop.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
James, what's your contribution to this Las Vegas hip hop?
Oh man. So like the 5 elements, especially when we came from Jersey and we didn't have no real West Coast understanding or influence. I mean, I had family that lived in LA, so I didn't think LA and Las Vegas was that much similar. I didn't even know what Las Vegas was, actually. We kind of came out here in one of those spur of the moment type of situations. And then, so I came out here with my whole attitude, and then I learned real quick, speaking in the building, but I learned real quick about like the culture,
Right.
the gang culture, the whole culture about, so it kind of like, changed a lot of my viewpoints at that time about differences between coast, and I was still only like 14 when I moved here, so I was heavily influenced by the West Coast when I came here. But at the time when I came here, I was still heavily East Coast, so
Right.
I was looking for that East Coast vibe that was very hard to find here.
Right.
So I was even thinking about that question if he was going to ask. Like the first person I ran into in Vegas was War and Peace. So
Wow.
like,
Yeah.
original
War and Peace.
hip hop Vegas. Underground radio,
Absolutely.
graffiti, because I got my first graffiti case in Las Vegas too, because I did graffiti here, so I caught my first graffiti case in Las Vegas, and then that part I broke dance. I used to break dance in Vegas too, so there was a crew of people break dancing here back then too in the early '90s, so I was a part of that scene. So that hip hop underground at that point was kind of like there was the West Coast, and then there was still some of that hip hop underground. So like, there was some, because we had Souls of Mischief,
Right.
we had you had like Kaz and all the different types of like Northern California and somewhat Southern California underground hip hop that wasn't gangster rap.
Right.
So we was kind of heavily influenced by somewhere I would say like a East Coast hip hop, West Coast hip hop that was.
You found your people.
Yeah, so we
Right.
were kind of here like involved in all of that.
I remember, man, Casual was the man. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? We
man.
was some souls
Delta
and
Funky
mischiefs.
Homo Sapien,
Delta
and all
Homo-
of these
yeah.
things, man. Like
That
when
whole
we talk
crew.
about
Like,
hip hop,
yeah.
I'm hip hop to the heart from the beginning to what it is today is just a hybrid of what of hip hop is. Everything is an evolution, but yeah, I'm definitely still into the 5 elements. That's a major part. As hip hop changes and different parts of it is formed, I think the roots and the foundation is always going to be a part of me, because that's kind of like what made me. My first 6 years old, Park Jam. That was big. My next door neighbor was a graffiti artist. That's where I learned how to do graffiti. I think I was 7.
Nice.
All right, what was your contribution to Money Vault?
At the time I was producing, before I got into jiu-jitsu, I started producing because I was heavily involved in art. Just, like I said, graffiti, art, painting, music. Bobby, my brother, was rapping.
Yep.
He was rapping with you guys. I was really hard on him as like you know, I would say his brother A&R was really hard on him on how he had to have bars.
Right.
He needed to be lyrical, and he,
Right.
you know, and so we kind of like fought a lot about him not being corny.
Bobby was never corny.
And so,
Nah,
yeah, like I
shit.
told him, if you pick up the mic, you
Bobby
can't,
was
you,
with it.
you know, you can't, you know, you gotta make sure you
represent.
represent.
Word.
And so, you know, later down the line, I got into music. You know, I got my first piece of equipment, and then I started producing. So then when I moved back, I was already kind of into the producing, and I thought I was going to be in the music business at that time because I was heavily trying to get myself to LA and get involved and,
Right.
you know, work in the studio and produce. So, you know, I produced a few tracks. We all came together. Y'all had CP DiBiase, DB Dollars. He
Yes,
was
sir.
on here not
Shout
too long
out.
ago. Again, another high school friend that was in the music, heavily involved, and we were always connected. So I was connected through him, and then that's when we met everybody like DJ Durong. You know, I still kick it with, you know, Jovi. As a
Jovi
person,
Joe.
I worked out with him. You know, we have that same affinity for working out, so we kind of see each other at the gym a lot. Easy Red, I was there at some of his first Vegas battles when he was out there battling downtown, any block, wherever you called. Easy Red was there.
Right.
So yeah, I was heavily involved in the music. Yada trained jiu-jitsu with me, you know, so we trained at the same gym. You know, I actually tried to produce for Yada and do things like that. So, you know, there's always some little history in Vegas. When I came back, I was just trying to get into music. But then I left the music to do jiu-jitsu full time.
Right.
Because, you know, it's somewhat of an artistry itself. And
Right.
so, you know, if you're going to master one or the other, you got to put your full time and full attention to it. So I
Absolutely.
decided. And then I just used all the elements of that and put it into what the artistic form of martial art is. And so that's where I'm at with it now. And so now all the things that I've done, the art, I may do graphic design, I may design something,
Right.
music, you know, music is a part of, you know, you need to listen to music sometimes to really, you know, get you excited or hyped up for whatever you're doing.
What's
Right.
the fifth element to you?
I guess the fifth element would have to be fashion. I would have to say fashion, because without fashion, hip hop probably wouldn't be as, you know, I guess beautiful to the eye, because you know you got the ear, so you got the ear. You got the music, that's all the ear. You got the body with the dancing and the movements. But then you need the eyes, you know, like to look at something. So that vision, that sense. So I think fashion is a major part, because, you know, the facts is hip hop made fashion what it is. I don't care, you know, if hip hop didn't put on, say, like the Polo and the Chanel and all of that, it wouldn't be as big. It would still be big around amongst a certain group of people,
Right.
But it wouldn't be across the
It
board
wouldn't
like
be
it is.
iconic. We made it iconic.
You know, so hip hop
Yeah.
definitely brought that out, because
Absolutely.
the street flair, that's what it was about. You know, you're fit, because, you know, coming up in poverty, sometimes the only things you have is what you wear.
It's what you
and
wear.
That's just what it is. You know, that's just a part of it.
That's why it
Yeah.
means so much to
You
you.
know?
You be like, man, you know, you just trying to feel good about yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
The
that
first thing you
fashion
do is
is
your appearance.
My
you know?
fifth element, because all the other elements are covered.
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't know what else, because all the other elements are covered. So I
Right.
have to go with fashion.
And let me
That's
take it
what's
back
up.
to jiu-jitsu. What made you do jiu-jitsu? Because it looks like your nose is crooked. You know what I'm saying? Your ears are
Yeah,
all
yeah.
Hold your hand
cauliflowered
up
up.
like this. Let me see your hand.
Right.
Yeah, my hands are twisted up. And, yeah, I'm all,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm all beat up.
Why pick jiu-jitsu and you know you got to go through all that pain?
I gave a speech when I got my black belt, and I look at it like this. Ever since a kid, especially coming up on the East Coast, I did other stuff like martial arts. You know, I did karate. I did a little boxing. I did a little wrestling. Not nothing to, you know, brag about, but I did stuff as a young child. But growing up, what we did, something big for us was Kung Fu Sunday. I was always such a fan of
The Kung Fu.
I was always such a fan of the Far East way of life, and just the mentality, the spiritualism, and then martial arts. I always seen myself as a martial artist. I thought I was a ninja when I was a kid. I really was into it. But then, you know, the reality of how you use it doesn't work in the reality of the world. So a couple
Right.
of neighborhood fights made me learn real quick that stuff don't work that way.
Right. You got to know how to catch a real
But I've always
fade.
been a fan of it. You know, any kung fu movie, all of them from the 70s, Shaw Brothers, anything. I've seen it all. I've been a fan of it all. I have the collections of them.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee.
These dudes had me on like the 5 Deadly Venoms.
Yeah.
They actually had the
Already.
videos and shit.
You know, the Wu-Tang, like I was saying,
Right.
Wu-Tang, we was heavily, when Wu-Tang came out and they incorporated the martial arts scene into it, so that definitely caught me and drew me in. So, you know, that made me a big fan of Wu-Tang. Even to this day, even watching their, it was Netflix, right? Hulu?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
their Hulu special.
Yeah.
Like, just, again, nostalgia, bringing back memories, because pretty much that's what I got left is those memories. And so when I moved back out here, again, I had some family tragedy. with the loss of my brother. So I was just looking for something, you know, to get into because I came back to Vegas. I wasn't doing much, and I wasn't doing nothing healthy. So I decided, you know, a family relative said, why don't you come to the gym, check it out, try it out. I knew about it, you know, UFC, you know about the Gracies. Again, I had family relatives and stuff like that are from Brazil and had some experience with the sport and didn't know much about the actual sport itself, just knew it was used in certain arenas. And then I walked into the gym and that's when I got into it. And then it kind of brought back all of those, you know, those feelings of martial arts because the reality of it was real. Like you could use this. If somebody was using, if I had this back when I was a kid, it would be a different story for fighting and learning how to defend myself and, you know, and learning different things, the aspects of not having to have brute strength, not having to be athletic or big or be a great puncher. Something I didn't really, you know, wasn't too fond of was the, you know, the fight and having to exchange fists. So it's the idea of being smart and being more intelligent. And so when I walked in, I was getting, you know, I was getting my butt handed to me by teenagers, young guys, and I was a much older guy at the time. And they were smaller than me, and so it was like they were using the science of leverage and the idea of the martial art. And so that's what kind of brought me in and intrigued me. And then my affinity for competition, like, and not wanting to quit, because I was that, you know, it didn't matter if he was better than me, but I wouldn't give up. It could be video games, it could be 21, you could beat me 20 straight games. I'm still out there wanting to play. You could beat me 20 straight games. If you play video games with me, you know, you beat me, I wouldn't let you off the joystick.
I have two nieces that do jiu-jitsu. Alasia, shout out Alasia and Anasa. I love y'all. They've been doing jiu-jitsu since they was young. And I have a 19-year-old son. He's 6'2". Okay, Alasia is maybe 5'1". And you know, my son talking big, talking crazy. You know, decided to challenge Alasia. I've never seen a person move that fast. She climbed him like a tree and just brought him down. Like a squirrel. You ever see a squirrel go around a tree? That's how she was on his ass.
I'm a small guy, so I know. You know, I have to do that all the time. Especially when people see me, they like, oh, this little dude teaching the class. You know? But in our world,
so
you know, people kind of know the small
matter.
ones. It's a sport. It was an art created for that sense. You know, from its history, they believe that the art was meant to be for people who were less, I won't say less fortunate, but again, of a smaller stature. So you have ability to defend yourself, being more intelligent in the way you fight. If you want to call it fighting, it's more of a defense style. So you look to defend yourself if someone is attacking you, you know. So that's the idea, and that's how I kind of got into it when I got here. And then once I got into it, I fell in love with it. It became a passion of mine. And then I studied, and again, the history of it was a big deal. I'm a big history buff, so having that part of it.
All right, one last question for you. What's your top 5?
Hip hop.
Hip hop.
I always gonna say number 1 for me is KRS-One. I got to give it up to KRS-One. I think that was the first when I heard my philosophy. I think that's where it solidified. I mean, I loved hip hop. I had my first record was the Sugar Hill Gang. My father had an avid record collection as a kid, you know, so we got a lot of experience to different types of music. But when I heard KRS-One come out,
My philosophy,
that was like he was like, and then the way he spit his lyrics was different than the way the cadence was different before KRS-One, and I feel he opened the door for the cadences of the Rakims and the Big Daddy Kanes and the things like that, because hip hop was very like I don't want to say blocky, but it was like you know how they rap. Run DMC changed that cadence a little bit, and then KRS-One changed the whole cadence of hip hop.
So
KRS-One. The number 2, I got to give it the same thing. One of those, if you're going by solo artists, because it's hard to
just
say.
spit them out, man. Just
Nas,
spit them out.
I got to give Nas probably my number 2. Of course, I got to go Biggie and Pac for 3 and 4. Whether you want to go Pac or Biggie before, I think they are very integral, so they can be almost considered like one person in a sense. And then my 5 is one of those hard ones. I gave it to Nipsey Hussle.
There you go.
Nip.
Yeah, I gave it to Nip because I feel like
no Jigga in there.
No Jigga, neighborhood.
It's so hard. Only 5
I'm saying
is like
reason
not
why
enough.
is because who's first? If a person comes first and then somebody comes second, I mean, it's like the style was already created. So it's like, it's hard to come after, right? So like Nas came out, even though Jigga was out before Nas, Nas changed the way, again, it was another change in the hip hop cadence and way we did hip hop. So that was changed. And then you know, Nas and Biggie were kind of around at the same time. Biggie had more of a Tupac influence flow. Nas had that hardcore New York flow that was not seen except by Mobb Deep. And so that's why and then Nip, same thing. He changed the West Coast.
He did. Yeah.
He changed the way the West Coast is. Not saying that they're taken away from any other artist, because truthfully I believe that it's hard to have a top 5, and it's like, who's your top 5 in the NBA? It's different times, different situations, different genres,
right?
Different ways things happen. But that's just personally my top 5, and that's what I'm gonna go with.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Nice.
That's
what's up.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, hey man, I'm like, James, man, thank you for coming up here, man.
I appreciate you guys for having
blessing
me.
us with that, man.
No,
I'm
thank
like,
you.
yo, y'all give it up for my guy James NIVAL, man. Hey, what's the gym you at? Let the people know.
Atos,
let
Las
the
Vegas.
people know you
Shout
can
out,
reach you.
I'm at Atos, Las Vegas. It's 9325 South Cimarron Road, Suite 120. One of the premier gyms in town. We have a great youth program, great adult program, a women's only program, self-defense programs. We are part of the community, involved in the community. Just give a shout out to all my people, my business partner, Mitch Bowles. That's a big influence also. My wife, she's definitely a big influence in the gym. And then my USO, Matt Tafule, one of the instructors at our gym. My boy Christian right here, who does all our media. So I just want to shout out everybody that makes the parts of the gym, and integral in the parts of the gym. All our professors, Hefe, Andre. These are the people that are very important to make things to run smooth. So just give a shout out to everybody there. Shout out to Fifth Element. Thank y'all for putting Vegas on, because there's a lot of talent in all different areas in Vegas, and people need to know about that. And that's one thing I always learned when I came out. There's a lot of talent, just not exposed as well.
Hey, look. That's what I'm talking
Let's
about,
go.
man. Give it up for my man James, man.
Appreciate
My
you,
guy,
Appreciate
my
you,
bros right here, man. I'm like, yo,
Sign my autograph book.
You already
Where
right.
you go?
that's what's up.
Let me give y'all some news on some music
son.
coming out. That Kendrick album is
Thank
coming out May 13th. It's called
I can't wait.
Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So we've been waiting on that Kendrick. He's
No
coming.
sneak peeks.
Oh, we got a release date on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a release date.
Kendrick coming back for
Ain't no leak. Ain't no sneak peek. Nobody could get from nowhere.
No,
Like
yeah.
I'm
We
thirsty.
still got time.
My eye, like the eyes emoji. Like that's me right
Right.
now. I'm like I'm trying to find
Hey,
out.
Future's album comes out 4/29, and GQ magazine named Future the best rapper alive.
First and foremost,
Boy,
I seen that. I was like, man, who?
who is like
Who the fuck is GQ?
I had to look. I was
be
trying to
speaking on
find.
hip hop
I'm
like
like
that.
to be
Like
speaking
what?
on hip hop. I can understand fashion, but
Right.
hip hop?
Yeah, that's
man,
not
y'all.
that was
you're
the
out
headline.
of they're out of their depth to be trying to make anybody the greatest rapper of all time.
Right, I'm
Like, y'all
like,
not
yo,
about that.
They make me question some of the greatest rappers if they put them on there and say they was the greatest rapper. I'm like, who is you?
Right.
Where do you get your credibility from to
Man.
speak on that?
And,
you know what I mean?
Check it out. One last quick bit of news. Pooh Shiesty receives 5 years in prison. His case stemmed from the incident in Florida
Sheesh.
where he was accused of shooting a 28-year-old in the ass while attempting to buy marijuana and sneakers.
Jeez.
Pooh Shiesty pleaded guilty in January 2022. The prosecutors agreed to drop 3 other charges that he was facing, which could have resulted in a life sentence. for
That's
him.
so hood.
Pooh
You shot him in the
Shiesty.
ass while you shot about weed.
Like,
Boy,
like,
wild
like,
as hell,
like
man.
Cameron and
Shit
Pig
right
Fool.
there, boy.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly.
That's hella
Did
hood.
he check his chain and give it to the other boy and was like, all right, little nigga, you got
fresh,
a
right?
chain for your big ass head now.
Slimmers.
Word.
Yo. So now we gonna get into our guest right now, man. This is another guy, man, I've been knowing for over 30 years, man. Really good dude, man. This is my man right here. I done seen him going up, you know what I mean? And he done did some major things when it's come to this music thing, man. And I'm like, yo, it's a pleasure to have him on us up here with us right now, man. Let's give it up for another one of our block friends,
Right.
my guy, Double R. Yo, what up,
And look, we out here twinning. Look at this. What are we doing? Oh my God. You see that?
And besides that, you on the show today. Happy birthday, man.
man.
Happy
Happy
born
birthday
birthday.
to the bros, man.
Thank you so much for being here on your birthday.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you guys for
That's
having me. This is a
wonderful.
blessing.
That's what's up, man.
Wow.
Let's
I'm
talk
like, yo,
about it, man. Let's talk about this
into it.
music. What
talk about
what
this
Double R got going on?
Man, Double R's moving around, man, on a new project.
Okay.
Not an EP, but going on a major project. I'm all independent.
Okay.
I'm pushing the music out. 3 weeks ago, I dropped out the single.
Yeah, we
Life
seen
Gets
the little
Better.
single.
You know what I'm
Life Gets
saying?
Better
Yeah,
single.
yeah.
Life Gets Better, deep message. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it's something that the world needs right now.
Definitely.
You know what I
Life
mean?
gets better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got another one, you know what I'm saying? I've been holding in the pocket for a minute, you know what
Okay.
I'm saying, for my heavy hitters, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
What we got?
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? My niggas Mike and Keys, man, you know what I'm saying? Them is the best producers on the West Coast.
You
hands
already
down.
know.
They've been there. If a lot of people ain't too familiar with it, they did the Victory Lap, you know what I'm saying? They EP'd that.
That's as big as it gets.
That's as big as it gets.
Right? You know, and they were with Jay-Z, been doing work with him, work with Dr. Dre, you know what I'm saying? Like, the name is on and on. I ain't even going to start to do that because it's ridiculous, right? You know what I'm saying? Eminem, 50 Cent, like, you know, like them niggas is live. You know?
Right.
Yeah, we got a new single coming out, Loudmouth, man. It's produced by them. It's a straight West Coast banger.
Okay,
you know
Shout out Mike and Keys.
Yeah, my
trying to
niggas,
peep
my
that
niggas.
joint.
Like I said, man, it's always a pleasure to pull talent out the fam, man. I'm like, yo, you see the family going up. Like, I've been knowing this dude. He 15 years old, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, used to go when Bub left, man. I used to go over his house. He used to cut my hair and shit.
Yeah,
you know
I took Bub's extra change. Bub left me some money on the block. And he picked that up.
Like, yo,
Good looking, Bub.
My haircut, you know what I'm saying?
But here's how small Vegas was. I was actually best friends with your sister Miko.
That's crazy. Shout out to Miko. What's up, Big Worm?
What up, sis?
Hey Miko, what's up, girl? It's been a long time, but yes.
That's crazy. Small world, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
So, we just moving and I'm doing something with my boys over at Strip Coat. They got a new app. They got some inside connections to get me a song that's strictly going to all strip clubs, right?
Ooh,
so like I didn't know, you know, it's a lot of shit that you learning coming out, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't know that you can't just get a song and just give it to the strip club and get your shit played in there. Like, you got to go through a whole fucking process.
If you're in Atlanta, you can though, right?
Yeah, Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? But we talking like, you know, Spearmint, Rhino, Deja Vu, like, you know, these big chains of clubs and shit. So I'm working with my peoples over at Strip Code.
It's almost like a radio station network type
Yeah,
deal,
exactly.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? And putting together songs strictly for them, you know what I'm saying? For their app to go straight, you know what I'm saying? To a strip club.
So we go to the streets of Cleveland, we're going to be
Strip
turning
Club
up on
anthem.
Double R.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's
man.
what's up. Shit, I'm trying to turn up to the homie
Come
and
on.
see some ass at the same time.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
hey, how we do it?
While I'm in there, I might as well patronize the business.
Man, we in there eating chicken wings and watching
on.
sports, man.
Yeah, I'm doing that too.
You just did it.
Hey, and if y'all don't know,
just to watch
Spearmint
the
Rhino
sports.
got the best lemon pepper wings in town. You know what I'm saying? Shout out over Big Head. What's up?
Right, Spearmint Rhino.
Hit the Rhino, you know what I mean? Get some ass and some wings, you know what I mean?
Right.
Breast and thighs.
This is fine.
Hey, check it out. So your last album was Living Off the Land.
Yeah.
You had the Unstoppable on there with Glasses Malone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
G Malone. Shout out to G Malone.
How did that come out? How did that come together? Excuse me.
One of my best friends, Chase, her and Glasses is real tight. You know what I'm saying? And we were just talking about some people that, you know what I'm saying, I would want to work with when I was doing that project. And G Malone, you know what I'm saying? Like, that nigga's a OG to the West Coast, the music, the rap, the hip hop game, you know what I'm saying? And it was like for me wanting to pay homage, you know what I'm saying, to the West Coast and fuck with G Malone. So she made that connection, you know what I'm saying, locked it up, sent them the track. Oh, by the way, that track is produced by Mike and Keys too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Flex.
You know what I'm saying?
Flex.
Yeah, man. So we sent the song over to Glasses, you know what I'm saying? He sent the shit back, man, put it through, you know what I'm saying? Came to the studio, picked it up, and you know what I mean? It's just sweet like brother.
You had a line on there. You said West Coast shit, hood rats, lokes, and Daytons run the block like Walter Payton.
Yeah,
Run
nigga,
the
yeah.
block like hard up.
You know what I'm saying?
We talking
Hard
that
up.
slick shit.
Yo.
Right.
And speaking of bars, man, I'm like, so I'm like, we got to see you on, you know, I like to say my influence for even having
Our
the spark
podcast
to do
spirit
this.
animal.
You know what I mean? And it was Sway in the morning, and also Sway in the morning.
Universe, man.
Yeah, shout out to
big shout out
Sway
to
because
Sway.
one of our guys we had on last week, he actually going to be on Sway in the morning
that's
pretty
big.
soon. My guy Dula, and they actually seen the clip of this show and reached out to him from the clip of this show of him going up.
Oh,
So
that's
it
a
was
fact.
dope. But let's speak to your Sway in the morning experience. You know what I mean? You came up there with Crondon.
Man,
and
shout
that
out
was
to
crazy.
Crondon.
And you
That's
went
my
off the
nigga.
dome.
Yeah, I'm always go
yeah.
off the dome, you know what I'm saying? I just don't, like, like Gritty said before, Jaime, like, we come from real hip-hop.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Like, I don't give a fuck what it sound like.
Right.
Say that shit off your dome.
Right.
Real shit.
Don't, you know what I'm saying, come in there with a verse and then just, oh yeah, like when we was in Sway, matter of fact, before we was starting the Cypher. For one, I didn't know I was gonna be there. I'm just fucking with Crondon, you know what I'm saying? We on the media tour, you know what I'm saying, promoting their album Arms and Hammer.
Right.
So me and Cron was all around the world moving and grooving, right?
Clack, clack, clack.
So I'm just up there churching, not knowing, you know what I'm saying, I'm finna be on the show. You know, Cron didn't tell me shit like that. You know, Cron's got a method to his madness. You know what I'm saying? He's very strategic with shit, right? So we get up there 7 in the morning, you know, they start early and shit, and we just chilling and everything, and they start talking about the Cypher and all this and this and that, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then Sway, and they were like, yeah, you Double R, you gonna rap? I'm like, oh, shit. Really?
Right.
Oh, okay.
That's an epic moment, right?
That was live. And then Sway was like, man, he said, man, I done seen the top rappers come in here and grab their phone and look for a verse.
Yup.
And I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's discouraging for an artist coming up. You be like, man, these niggas got a cheat code. That shit ain't fair.
Right.
So I'm like, man, fuck that shit. Throw my phone down and, shot my shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, all bullshit aside, man, like I told the homies and my brother, I'm like, man, that's the worst shit I probably ever done in my life. That's how I felt. I wasn't ready for the moment, but that's on my fault for not being prepared.
But the bars wasn't weak, though. You did what you did.
Appreciate that.
And you threw Sway's name in it. They definitely recognized that
Hell
shit.
yeah.
That shit was live, man. That shit was real,
But that was a big opportunity, man. Shout out to Crondon, Mitchie Slick, Feel the Agony, you know what I'm saying? SAS, the whole Strong Arm Steady gang, you know what I'm saying? The Wrong Kind family, all them, my niggas, y'all.
That look, man.
That part.
The homie stay flexing on this. Like, he's like, yo, I've been around the world from Japan to Amsterdam.
I've been blessed, man. I've been blessed to these travels, man. Big shout out to Crondon too, because he has a little brother. They had a group, and I did a mixtape with 2 dope boys. So big shout out to being involved with that. It was called Strong Language.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Strong Arm Steady gang.
Hey, you got a famous uncle.
Yeah.
Little Richard.
Yes, rest in peace.
Can you talk about what Little Richard meant to your family, meant to you?
Oh, man, everything. He's the one that showed me a different light of the world. He gave me a different opportunity. You know what I'm saying? At this time, when I started traveling with my uncle, I was 14 years old. Nigga having limos come and pick me up. You know what I'm saying? We live in Inglewood at this time, right across the street from the DMV on La Brea and Hyde Park. And a nigga jumping in limos and going up to Hollywood. The next thing you know, in the morning, we jumping on the plane and we out somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that opened my eyes up to something shit different. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Before I started traveling with him, I just saw my first homeboy get killed. You know what I'm saying? And then just fucking with Uncle was like, damn, there's something different. All my other uncles and my brothers, they was all hustlers in the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Unc was, the king. And then when I'm really with him, I don't understand. I know he's the king. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't really soaked in. Like, I'm a young nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? I'm having fun, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get groupies.
That's your uncle.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I'm churching, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was live.
You kicking in that and living life.
Yeah, man, but he gave me so much knowledge, so much information about this industry, you know what I'm saying? How to handle yourself, to carry yourself, what to do, not to do. Don't be the first in, the last out, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Make it special when they see you, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Just a lot of bars, man, and you missed that. Like the most thing I missed about him was we riding in the limo and he just started humming and just singing some gospel. Like to hear him sing gospel music, man, was like, damn.
Right.
Rich, like, nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, you got it.
Boy, you know what I'm
Why
saying?
you wasn't a gospel star?
Yeah, exactly, man. But traveling with the king, man, it was great, man. He gave me so many opportunities, man. I've been at the first annual Humanity Awards, shit that probably ain't never aired before, man. Fucking talking about with Sidney Poitier, the Clinton family, you know what I'm saying? Steven Seagal. Ike Turner was with us. That nigga tried to get in with us, man. It's a crazy story. They didn't want to let Ike in, but Ike came and roasted up there with us, man. You know what I'm saying? But it was some live shit, man. I've been blessed. I've been humbled, you know what I'm saying? I miss that guy every day, man.
Right.
He's my everything, my hero, bro.
Okay,
Man, that's beautiful, man.
And we'll be remiss if we didn't mention Shaka up here.
Oh,
You know
man,
what I'm
rest
saying?
in peace, Big Goofy Shaka, my brother, man.
Right.
Much love.
Rest in
Y'all,
peace,
y'all
Shaka,
trying to
man.
get a nigga tear up on the show. Come on,
man.
Y'all
That's where we get the
poking
views
at
at.
my
That's where we
motherfucking
get the
views,
views
you know what I'm saying?
We gotta bring
Stab at him, stab at him.
It's an element of drama that comes with the show. You know, people wait for that.
Yeah.
It's the block, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we want to represent that our family that ain't here, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Bobby,
Absolutely.
Shock, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely. All the
Marcus,
homies,
you know what I'm
man.
saying? That's what we here
Already.
to do.
Rest in peace, man. Them
Certified.
heroes. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Peace, teammate love.
Yeah, may love, rest in peace,
Right.
man. Shit, boy, we was
Vegas shit.
talking to Slim about that mixtape niggas did back in college, man. May love had bars too. Don't get it fucked up.
Yo, and speaking of bars, man.
Right.
Yeah.
You know
Since
what I
you
mean?
brought it up.
Since we here, this a hip hop
happening?
show, and we got a little thing called the bar test.
Yep.
And you know what I mean? I just hope you've been studying. You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
man. Yeah, I know. I'm prepared. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Hey, Slim, what you got back there for?
I ain't got no written verse. You know what I'm saying?
Off the dome?
Everything's always gonna be off the dome. I don't respect niggas that
let's
don't do
go.
that.
Let's go.
Let's go. Oh shit. Woo.
Yeah.
He say H-O to the O-B-A.
Yeah, that's the king, man.
That's
you know
how
what
he
I'm saying? Woo.
Come on,
That's
let's
that
go.
shit right there.
Double R
That's
about
that
to
key
eat.
music.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's the fifth element. It's going down. Double R the boss. Where my niggas at? It's a block movement.
Yeah.
Tell them niggas.
Fit up in the house.
Fit up forever, nigga. West LA. Don't forget it. Come on. Where she at? Yeah. Yep.
That shit going.
It's going.
Yep.
T.I.P. Forever thuggin', that be me. International, I'm the P. This is black business, boy. I said F. T.I.P. Forever thuggin', that be me. Come on. International, I'm the P, boy. Yeah. Now I came to come and set the record. I gotta check some little homies, put these niggas in perspective. Hold up, don't get involved. The only 6 I respect to go to your chest, your mom. Better slow down that tough talk, nigga, it's all gas. You better keep the ghost right, nigga, you all trash. Oh, you know who it is? It's your big homie Double, I don't fuck with them kids. And I got a little mess for Proctor, he been tripping. I heard you got loose with your tongue, you better zip it. Before them niggas come really and show you crippin'. You loudmouth nigga, heard you was dropping in prison. You giving up the ass, you better slow that shit. Yeah, I'ma bring it to the table, yeah, and fuck you, bitch. It's Bach business, boy, you thought I would hold that shit. It's the homie Double R, nigga, write that click. And don't forget how these niggas move in Sin City. When Doherty back when was packing niggas with gritty. Had to chop on the strip, laying niggas don't trip. Jaime, Greedy, and Suge, all the homies represent. It's the block, nigga, fit up shit. Don't forget, keep your Glock, nigga, hit up quick. Where's your grip, nigga? It's your big homie Dub. And don't forget, nigga, yeah, I run with them thugs. I like the bitch in the club with stilettos and ass. She better be about a bag or I'll real straight pass. I'm a nigga with values and morals, dude. Don't get it fucked up, ain't you really? Ain't you new school rookies? I got class, you trick. I keep it rolling in the 500, fuck your bitch, nigga. Where your chips at and run that shit? And better keep your mouth closed, you bitch. And tell 50 Loc we cool, but it still lost love. When I lost my big bro, nigga didn't show love. So it's cool, I kept it gangster, man, you know what's up. I gotta bring it to the table, should, that's what's up. Rest in peace to Sonya, Baba B, to a Mark Daddy. And Big Shocker, them my niggas, we stay active. And California's in this building and we attacking. And fuck all them niggas who really be fake rapping. And I heard that your homie was working for the feds. And talk about slanging that dope, nigga is dead. Watch your back, nigga, we coming for you. We don't check that shit. You better stop, nigga, and check that shit. This is real gangster Crip, better check it, nigga. I'm from West Los Angeles, 12th Street Crippin', nigga. Put it down for the block and don't trip. But it's FTIP and don't ever forget. I said it's FTIP. Forever thuggin', that be me. International, I'm the P, boy. Boy, I said it's FTIP. Forever thuggin', that be me.
Yeah, that's live.
I'm the P, boy. I came back with the shit and I'm vicious. Where'd you come from, nigga? Pico, my nigga. West LA, you know the digits. I said it's 90019, my nigga. Don't ever get this shit real twisted. My pops is Melly Mel from Playboy Gangsta Crippin'. I'm a 3rd generation with this gangster crippin'. You better watch out that fat mouthin', nigga. Woo! We got some tigers in the head, nigga, you can snap. Jaime choke your ass out in seconds flat. Don't get it stretched out, nigga. Greedy will take your back. And Dwelly still in the lack with a strap. I remember the days in the van, we was 15 deep. Running the Kappa League parties like who really want beef? Man, you niggas is weak. Fuck all that shit, nigga. Yeah, I come from the streets. I run with the pistols and I don't have beef. Cause these niggas know my repertoire and they can't speak. On a giant like me, nigga, they can't see. A nigga like me from the 533. It's all trades, nigga, you know the name and fuck the shit. But I can't let this nigga get away, you little bitch. Some of y'all know I fired a case, and I beat the murder down, and I ran through the place. And fuck Tommy Rich, he's a bitch, and the nigga's a snitch. And that's when everything I love is Gangsta Crip.
Yo, let's give it up for the FTIP.
Forever thuggin', that be me. International, I'm the P, boy.
Come on, boy.
Put a whole song on it.
Yo, Double R came through it. Smash that shit.
I hope I redeem myself from Shade 45 and
Come
Sway.
on, man.
Hey, Sway, I'm coming back too, nigga. I got some shit for you.
We adding that at Sway in the morning.
Yeah, we sending that, you know.
That's what's up. Hey, my man Double R came up here, man. Hey, Double R, man. Certified in the building, baby. Certified bartenders, baby. Killed that shit, baby. That's what I'm talking about, man.
The energy.
Hey, look, man. Hey, Double R, tell them where they can reach you at, man.
Yeah.
The only double R, that's all spelled out. THEDOUBLER. That's my IG. That's my Twitter. I don't fuck with TikTok and all that other shit. I'm a different nigga. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to find me, catch me, get at me.
And the music is on all platforms, man.
All
go
platforms
check it out,
everywhere.
man.
Check it out.
The only double R. The only double R.
And go get that shit. Living Life Gets Better, man. That's a new single. Everybody need to hear that and be ready for Loudmouth. Y'all, it's gonna fuck the summer up.
There it is.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's do it.
Straight up, man. Yo, this shit, man. Woof. Great show, man.
Great
I'm like,
show.
yo,
thank you
pay
guys.
some bills, man.
Pay some bills.
Let's get these bills paid.
Shout out to Gorilla Cross
Thank you for
Studios for
coming.
having us, you know what I'm saying, for having
Yes,
this great podcast.
Shout out Quan, man.
Vegas
Rich
Hype
Homie
Studios
Yes, sir.
or Vegas Hype Media Network.
You know what I mean? All of that.
Right. Shout out our barbershop people.
Q the Barber and
Q
C
the
the
Barber,
Barber.
C the Barber, Chuck over there at the barbecue shop.
Yes, sir.
2077 North Jones. They taking all fades. They behind the Burger King on Jones and Lake Mead over there.
Yes,
Yes,
they
sir.
are.
Yes, sir.
And shout out Miko. Shout out BSC Radio. They'll get your music
Blackson
played.
City Radio.
That's about it, man. We turned up today.
That's
I mean,
it.
I mean, you know
Peace,
what I mean?
Lord Malik.
Peace, Lord Malik. Shout
Mr.
out
North Las Vegas.
Mr.
Right.
North Las Vegas.
This
And
was a fit up day. You know what
Yes,
I'm saying?
sir.
Block
Appreciate y'all
shit.
coming
Block
through.
fit
Thank
up
y'all.
shit.
Right.
You know what I'm
Pretty
saying?
Greg, Poppy Chulo. You know what I'm
So-
saying? Block
so-
business. LA back there too.
Real LA back there too. Definitely. So
Yes,
so
sir.
these
What up,
cats,
LA?
these three cats that came up, they were there for me and the time of me. They've been there. They were my day one since I moved
sir.
to Vegas. And they were
Yes,
there
sir.
for me when I was going through my situation in hospital, mentally,
You already know.
physically helping me get back, you know what I'm saying? And even financially, they all helped out.
Absolutely,
so, man.
man.
I appreciate y'all, brothers.
Thank
It's
you.
all
We love you, man. It's all love.
definitely.
We all we got, baby. You know what I'm
Come
saying?
on, man.
For sure.
Fit up in the building. You know what I mean?
Boog, take us out, man.
Boog, tell us what it is.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey! And we
And
out,
it's
man.
going down.
Yo,
Hear that?
Act like you.
And on the